gonna solo DK. If I see a Game & Watch on my path, I'm picking Steve too.
Yeah.
There is no handling Game & Watch fairly. There's no handling him honorably. There's just handling him.
It was just like that one time in Super Smash Con where Beast Mode Paul was gonna try and play Sephiroth, like all Sephiroth. He lost his first game. He was like, nope, I'm going hero. And I mean, he absolutely won. So we could potentially see stages of that, but we're going to FD first. So interesting. How do you feel about that stage choice ritual?
I think it is. It makes sense in a lot of ways. In that Game & Watch, I think is really good at juggling you on platforms, trapping you on platforms, arms, and Steve kind of has a lot firmer control of pace of play on this stage in the matchup. In his ability to build around you, it's also, I think, one of his better stages, frankly. So it makes sense why he likes it here. We already saw, though, as well, Mega Chad taking advantage of Steve's limited mobility, has still found great landing traps regardless, and is doing them with the neutral air, which has allowed him to find some huge combo starters. Right now, Fhantum is just trying to play the game of keep away long enough to get the resources up. No iron online, though, is going to lead to a huge opportunity. I like the Volt through jab attempt, but just wasn't able to lock it down.
Yeah, and I love that Mega Chad is playing so aggressively. You saw there that even though, you know, he's air dodging a lot into Fhantum, it's just trying to apply, you know, constant pressure, make Fhantum think, or potentially, you know, not go for a lot of mining, because you see that Mega Chad is like in his face the entire time, not letting Fhantum have that ability to mine. You can see that from that material list that it's so low, but Game & Watch is so light and almost dying to that up smash.
And I don't know if you saw that too. Time the up smash with his own block breaking thing, so that Mega Chad would try to key onto the block, but the up smash then breaks it faster and forces him to fall through the block into it instead, where it would have otherwise been safe. Great gameplay awareness from Fhantum to now give himself this opportunity. The minecart is going to carry Mega Chad off the stage, but not to his doom just yet. And Fhantum being able to stretch the stock rate, he's been at kill percent since Mega Chad's been at 26%, but has just been able to hold on and went from no resources to now a diamond in the tank. And even though that iron's low, I mean, he's done everything he could possibly want with that by holding onto his stock.
Yeah, and the way the Fhantum has been playing, you know, losing that forward air, but the way the Fhantum has been playing, of course, that stock, it really does make the saying, pressure makes diamonds, perfectly, because now he has diamond on deck. It's whether or not Mega Chad is going to allow him to get those diamond materials, and right now he's doing so well, maintaining this advantage, and noting that Steve really doesn't have a lot of really good disadvantage.
And you see, right, that he didn't even look to craft it at the beginning of the stock. The reason for that being in that it's still not a safe window, as you mentioned. And so now he has to either throw him up, finally finding it there to turn his kill barrel on, or just find the stock outright. But Mega Chad's defense has been so good. Right? Fhantum has gone a little too close for comfort, or a little too close, just trying to find these up tilts, get the huge combo starters, and he's just eating the neutral airs, eating the up airs, left, right, and center, and finally going to find a little bit of a combo string. Because of Diamond, it's going to deal 56, but definitely not what he wanted there.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, at this stage, you know, you can definitely take this percentage so long as you maintain the lead, and immediately it's lost courtesy of just the sheer amount of damage that Diamond can do. But again, I'm loving how Mega Chad is playing around Fhantum, not only playing super aggressive, but also kind of playing passive, of course, those keys on the block, mixing up his options. But you do that option a little bit too much, and Fhantum can definitely catch on to it. So you got to be careful with your mix-ups.
You absolutely, you very much do, my friend. And as we talked about earlier, right, in that everyone having predictable timing, as you're mentioning timing mix-ups, right, that is the easiest way to stop someone from finding those lead opportunities. But there's not a lot of stopping that train, even the wall not going to do it. Utilizing a mixture of tech there, right, to stop up the block, to give himself a little bit window to find the epic jump out, get his jump out lag canceled by jumping into the block and able to find the forward air, now racking on the damage as well, the extra diamond in the chamber. And because of that, for holding on to that first stop, Mega Chad's now had to deal with diamond for the rest of the game, and that's now 2 in the back pocket for Fhantum.
And you were talking a good point, because Mega Chad's right now playing on the back burner so much, despite him really setting the tone at the beginning. But again, that back air.
That was 77.
Granted, it's Game & Watch against Diamond. You can't really do much right there. But
oh, absolutely. There's nothing you can do. But that's my point.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do, and yeah, it's at ledge, but FD's a big, and yeah, Game & Watch is light, but FD's also a big stage, and 77? Really?
Skiff has made a really, really good point, and I mention this every time, is that Smash Bros. Is a fighting game second.
Yes, it is a platformer first, or it's actually a fighting game third. It is a children's game
That's
first,
true, a platformer
second, and a fighting game third.
Yeah. Skiff, you just got proven wrong by Ritual. I don't know if you're watching, but yeah, get wrecked, dude.
What? No, what? No, I love you, Skiff. I'm excited for Sumo in a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, I remember that whole saga that you said with Sumo.
Bro, it's every month. The next bot show starts on the 14th, and y'all should tune in. I'm sure Skip will be tweeting about it left, right.
Oh
and
yeah,
center,
absolutely.
As I'm sure we'll see.
I love his passion.
It is an absolute blast. You should absolutely try to make it out to one of those nights. Just like these two players are making it back out to small battlefield here to kick off game number 2. And Mega Chad starting off very strong, but just in not being able to close out the stock before Diamond, just was never able to get away from the snowball potential.
Yeah, you mentioned it before. It's just that moment when you can't take that first stock or potentially stop him from getting Diamond. It's so difficult to come back. But I mean, we've seen players like Marcus do this before, right? When he's at a deficit, he just goes for that down throw into the 9. I don't know how he hits it so consistently, but let's see if Mega Chad can, you know, find his luck a little bit in this match, because right now luck's not in his favor.
It is not, but Smash Bros. Notably very rarely a game of luck, though Game & Watch judge one of those moves. It is a game of skill, and I appreciate you mentioning Marcus because of that judge, right? Mega Chad, one of the biggest differences in playstyle is that he looks for a lot more landing traps, a lot more juggles, a lot more overall defensive play, whereas you'll see Marcus look for these judges, right? Look for that X factor, try and just close out the stock, kill you at 10 a lot more of the time. And so he finds these 2-stock games where Game & Watch gets to play defensively with a stock lead, which can be the difference maker against a character like Steve that has this immense snowball potential.
And I love that you were talking about, you know, Marcus's defensive capabilities and his playstyle. And, you know, Mega Chad's definitely totally different in the way that he's playing super passive aggressive, finding these different opportunities to get these combos off. Of course, juggling with the up air, which we all know that Game & Watch can absolutely do, and can connecting that forward air as well. But that's the thing, that Game & Watch advantage is so good, and once he gets a hit, it feels like you're just in that blender for so long, despite his disadvantage being bad.
Really interesting choice from Fhantum. They're building the 3-high wall, expecting the early up special into a key or something to cover over it, right, and catch his landing. So he tried to find the jab on the ascent. Wasn't able to do so, but look at the resources here. This has been the big difference in this game, and the reason Mega Chad's able to keep it close. That Diamond, there's been no Diamond once. We saw Fhantum get the iron to try and mine for it faster, but just hasn't been able to find it yet, and is now desperately trying to find enough of a break to give himself the opening, but getting caught under the block. Mega Chad ready with the tech, and that is going to be all she wrote. Now Fhantum back against the wall, trying to prevent a game 3 from happening.
Can we just talk about how that up B somehow avoided that up smash? I think it's just the fact that it's such a, you know, quick move, and also has its iframes that, you know, Game & Watch is able to get out of a lot of situations. Not going to get out of this one right now. It is in a little bit of disadvantage and has allowed Fhantum to mine up. But again, we haven't seen Diamond at all. Now we finally see it. But a lot of different materials have been expended before Fhantum was able to get the Diamond. That's, like you said before, that's why it's been so close.
But it's now here for the last stock and a full tank of iron.
He's holding it!
No, why is he holding it? Oh, he was. Did you see him turning around after each jab? He was
ready.
he literally was. I think maybe he was trying to get to a range threshold there by passing 50%.
Yeah.
And or something. He's trying to find a combo into death. Fhantum though getting a little cheeky with it, because you know he is a good enough player to know what's going on. But we gotta wonder, is it gonna come back to bite him here?
It might, but again, this is a small battlefield, so the blast zones are going to be smaller, and that makes Game & Watch susceptible to dying early, but that bucket is going to reflect on minecart, and we saw that already early on. Look at Mega Chad.
How does it taste, Fhantum? How does it taste? You not only now have to lose to your own medicine, you got to bask in Mega Chad's glory, you got to bask in that hair, and you just got to hold that L. I don't think I've ever seen a Steve player die to getting caught in their own minecart into an up smash before. Now, it is literally Steve getting killed by his own combo.
Now that begs the question, Ritual, is that, you know how reflectors, they tend to, you know, increase the power of certain moves. That makes me wonder if that increased the amount of time for the berry, or is that just minecart being buried?
I don't think I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'm not sure how Rage interacts with the guaranteed bury time on that grab. I don't think it does strongly. I don't know if
I think it's just minecart being really good with it.
I don't know if the reflector multiplier does affect it, but as well, right? He just got hit by it late. So he was still in the early frames that when he bounced, you can't mash out while it's actively in the bounce animation. So it's still caught afterwards, and that's where Mega Chad able to find the confirm. Now, finding the juggle to boot, that's a lot of damage, and with no way down, getting Fhantum juggled in the air up high like this off platform is huge because you can't place blocks to block down your recovery. And he doesn't have enough resources to really feel like he can freely anvil his way back to stage, right?
Yeah.
It catches him in a position without a real way to land, and one of the things is when Steve can't land using blocks or anvil, he's not very good at it.
Yeah, I've talked about it to multiple people that Steve's disadvantage, in reality, his neutral isn't the best. It really is just a lot of mining and potentially just waiting out for your opponent. But even so, it really is just a game of who can get their combos off, whose advantage is better. And right now, you can see it's just a back and forth between both of these guys.
Also, that up tilt, shoutouts to Fhantum not mashing up tilt by just finding the one-on reaction instead to find that combo, but not able to take the stock just yet. And as you mentioned, right, this is that game of I'm going to mine, and I'm just going to minecart, and I'm going to try to bait you into a bad option to find my up tilt combo starter, right? That's all Phantom's been doing, is saying my value for not interacting with you is so high because of Diamond, because of my resource bar, that I don't have to play neutral. I can just run away from you and force you to play a bad neutral. And as a character like Game & Watch, where that's one of his biggest strengths,
yeah,
it's not great to have another character just tell him you can't play neutral the way you want to.
And of course, Mega Chad has been very aggressive. Of course, we're seeing that kind of bite him in the back right now because this aggression has caused him to take so much damage. Of course, Phantom's just waiting him out. Good also, usage of the minecart, but still alive.
We just saw Fhantum do the step back, F smash, step back, F smash.
The classic.
Like, this man's trying to play footsies with Steve. I thought they weren't allowed to do that.
I thought that was an elite smash move. I'm gonna be honest with you. The step back F smash. Hey man, what if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And clearly, it's working wonders for Phantom.
I thought it was the DD versus carry out. Hey, you won't F smash 3 times. Kills him off the 3rd one.
Exactly.
Anyways, that's a classic. If you haven't seen it, you should go peep it sometime. But in the meantime, we're gonna just keep on peeping Phantom versus Mega Chad here in real time. Mega Chad finding the dash attack, but just not enough to do it. Getting that weak hit there in center stage to boot. The chair not gonna do it either. But with crafting table gone, that's gonna tax the resources.
Untechable.
And locking down the landing. Perfect stuff. Perfect trap. And even if he loses his stock there, he was at least able to put a little bit of strain and drain the immense surplus that Phantom had. But unfortunately, not able to get in, and now Phantom can just rebuild it.
Exactly, and this is what Phantom has been waiting to do for such a long time, is just have this ability to mine up, get behind that wall, and getting the bucket, but kind of just misspacing that. Wanted to go for the cart, of course, because we've seen that earlier, but unfortunately getting hit by the anvil. Actually getting hit by it twice.
It timing mixed him because of the crafting table, because of that hit lag extension. And it was just active for so much longer. There was just nowhere to run. Getting caught on the wrong part of the block there, though, is going to allow Mega Chad to continue the combo regardless. And Phantom trying to get cheeky with it, but not able to lock it down. All the iron, all the resources from just moments ago already burned away in that one sequence. This is Mega Chad's opportunity to find the break, right? Bring this to a last stock situation where with no resources, it could be the real difference maker in this set.
Yeah, but if you go for, a really bad option, of course, Phantom's just waiting to throw out that forward air, waiting for that back air. And finally getting, 1 or 2 iron blocks, just waiting to send out that minecart, and Phantom is just waiting. He really is just waiting to finally find the opportunity and kill, because at 108%, you got to play super careful, and Mega Chad has not been doing that this entire time.
I love the way that Mega Chad is willing to run up to these single high blocks and just crouch. Right, he's using essentially like half cover, and he's just getting down behind it, recognizing that Steve just doesn't have a hitbox for that situation unless it's a landing back air. Finds a call out on the down smash to boot, and now has Phantom caught in ledge. Hasn't prevented the diamond, but has prevented the iron. And if Mega Chad can find this stock now, he has a chance and is going to get it.
Yeah, now you got to be careful because Diamond will be on deck. You can't really do much there, especially when he has the minecart. Oh, but the forward air is going to take that stock, and although Mega Chad had a very, very close set, ultimately that lead that Phantom had from the beginning of that match really set